Hey everybody, Richie here from RW Hobbies. Welcome back to the final part number 10 of my building of this awesome studio man cave. We're done. This one video, simply we're going to walk around and look at do a tour. I'll show you kind of what I got going on and some of the stuff, and hopefully get some inspiration if you're building your own, and take some of my ideas. But love it out here. It's been an awesome place to work out the last few weeks, and I'm excited to share it with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's talk about the outside before we move on the inside. It's way different and better than it was before, as you can see. Falling down wooden shed, now it's a beautiful grey siding and the new windows and the steel door and everything. Um, so a couple of things to call out. Firstly, this here, the floodlight, solar paneled, AliExpress, like $12. And it's great because as soon as I step out into my yard, from about 20 feet away, it clicks on and lights up everything. So it's nice and bright. Did put some stepping stones down so I can kind of have to walk on the wet grass. Now, they're just placed on top. At some point when the weather gets nicer, I'm going to dig them in and do them properly, lay them. But for now, it's great. I can just walk across without any kind of dragging stuff in or wet feet or anything like that. And this finally I want to call out is the Arlo camera. So I have Arlo doorbell, cameras around the house on the outside, and added this one. It's like 50 bucks. And it's great because it has night vision and a built-in spotlight. So do pay the subscriptions. I get 30 days recorded stuff. So, hopefully it never happens, but if somebody were to come around, poke around here, try get in, or get into the place, I do have the video, cameras and all the footage and stuff recording. So another thing I want to call out before we go inside, this guy is one of my favorite things of the shed, actually. $35 keypad on Amazon, and it has some settings involved, some of which are automatic locking, which is I set to 30 seconds. So basically what it means is, put the code in, go in there, as soon as I close the door, it locks me in, which is kind of safe. And when I leave, close the door, I just close the door and walk away back to my house. 30 seconds later, it locks it. So don't have to worry about carrying any keys backwards and forwards or leaving this unlocked, going out and people coming in and stealing stuff or poking around or taking my 3D printers, that kind of stuff. So it's just a good level of security. Now it's, yeah, again, $35, really convenient. Again, no key, just punch the code in and it unlocks, and then automatic locking as well, which is awesome. So that's the outside. So let's kind of open up and let's take a look at what's going on inside. Okay, so here it is. I'm obviously going to go around different angles. I got it on a tripod, so it's not all shaky. Before I do get into this, let me just do a quick shout out for my Patreon. There is a bonus part number 11 on Patreon, and that goes through some lessons learned from building this and all the pricing. So break it down by how much everything cost, total cost, all that kind of thing. It's all over on Patreon. So otherwise, this is part number 10, the final part. Excuse for the mess. I've been working here the last few days, so it's not perfectly clean, but I want to get this video done and show you guys what we got going on. So I'm just going to kind of pan around a little bit here. So I'm by the door. So we see got like wraparound IKEA workbenches or kitchen countertops. We'll talk about in a minute. Got my computer, some resin curing stations. Got the door, my lab coat, which we'll talk about in a minute. Again, I'm just panning around here. Got a bookcase and the corner Billy bookcases from IKEA. Again, we'll look at this in more detail soon. I just will give you a quick overview to start the video and back around to the main area. Now, one cool thing is very cheap, $10 on Amazon. Some LED lights I just threw underneath the counter, the kitchen counter there, and you see I got a nice little remote control, and I can change the light. Oh, if I can reach over to where the sensor is, I can change this to any color I want. Just a pretty cool kind of low lighting. So there we go. Go back to blue. So yeah, I got light on the dimmer, so I can turn the light up a little bit here and see it a little bit better. Turn it down so I get the full effect of the LED. So yeah, where's to start? IKEA furniture all through. Got the Alex series drawers. That's where my paints are. I've done videos on that before. I've got the smaller drawers and a cupboard. The Alex drawers from IKEA, 7 on each side. So 2 on that side, and move my phone a little bit here. 2 on that side as well. So that kind of my workbench area using a Saljan kitchen counter. Now, you know, it's not the best of quality, but solid wood was like $400 a slice. I'm using three pieces here, whereas this is like $70, so it's a lot cheaper. Resting on the bookcases for strength, bookcases on the drawers, sorry, in a cupboard, and the whole way around I put a batten of 2x4, which is resting on. And as you can see underneath, across there, I built like a 2x4 frame across, and it's all framed. It's in previous videos, you can see it, but it's all basically a floating kind of desk. I just threw a couple of 2x4s in the corner just to support it a little bit more too. But it's very well supported, and it's very sturdy. It's not really going anywhere. So I used two customized dimensions, used a 6-foot piece, a 6-foot piece with a cut down, and it's an 8-foot piece along this side where the door is. So yeah, so let me kind of show you again what we've got going on here. Let's zoom up a little bit. You can see high ceilings, got IKEA bookshelves, got 3 other shelves. I've got IKEA 3 of those. One's there. My Elegoo wash and cure station for my resin printing. Now, there's a lot of random colored cutting mats everywhere. I mean, I've got loads of cutting mats, and I thought rather than spending money going out and buy all matching colors and stuff, I'll just use these first. At some point in time, I'll just, you know, maybe upgrade them and get all the same color, make it look nicer. But if it's just dropping resin on and modeling and stuff, you know, there's all kinds of different colors. So going around here, got my workbench area under the window with my light. I've talked about light before, there's a video. My computer, 2 monitors, which are mounted to the wall. Really good bracket on Amazon. If you're interested, I'll send the link. It was like $35, but it's a really heavy duty. Let me see if I can show it to you real quick, if you can see it. You can base it, but really, it's all like compressed springs, and you can pivot them and stuff, all that kind of thing. So this is my main building working area, and I don't need to go too far in depth here, but got the cupboard, just random stuff and old stuff in this one, not really filled at all. And I'm using these dividers, like organizers from Amazon. They're about $15 for 50 of them. So some of my tools in here, and then more tools in here. It's just random stuff in different drawers, which stuff I use to model with. Modeling area, like I said there, as we go around, my paints, a Cricut machine, which I do my masks on, another little workspace here, it's working on some 3D printing stuff, and my paints are all in here. This actually is one of my second most popular video on my channel. I think it has like 70,000-80,000 views, where I actually took this IKEA and turned it into this paint storage thing here. So watch that video if you want to. And ironically, if you take the casters off the bottom, the 2x4 and a 2x4 size on top of this is the same height as one of these drawer units, which is kind of handy. Spray booth, bench vent, had that for years. It's awesome. It extracts straight outside. Again, I'll kind of lift my camera up here. You can see I've got a in the wall there, got a 4-inch dryer vent. It just vents straight outside, so there's no fumes. So as I edit the video, I kind of forgot to talk in depth about my spray booth. I just want to kind of edit this bit in because I think it's a pretty cool feature. So nothing's really changed here if you see my previous videos. I mean, I've had this set up for several years now, but again, the bench vent, which is really good quality. I think it's like A2 size spray booth. Somebody did mention to me about how small it was. It's actually really big. I've done 24th scale airplane and stuff in there. So maybe it's the camera angles or something. But the cool thing is I've got one of these outlets from Amazon, which is powered by a key fob here. Now, you see how I've had it for years, covered in paint, being a spray booth, and very old, but it's got on and off switch and plugged into the outlet. I've got a power strip. I've got the spray booth. I've got the compressor, which I forgot to talk about, which is under the table. That's a Sparmax 620, I believe. It's compressor dialed in, and I spray it really low air pressure. And I bought, my latest edition is, rather than having a separate light, I bought this strip here, this LED light strip on Amazon. It was like $8, if not maybe cheaper than that. And it's natural light, daylight, and again, it runs through, all plugged in. So the great thing is, with this one remote, I'm going to press the on button. It's going to turn light on, it's going to turn the air booth on, it's going to turn my compressor on. So all at once with one button. There you go. You can hear the spray booth, you can hear the compressor firing up, and you can see the light come on. And there we go. I thought it was really cool, man. Again, off, and it turns it all off. Because if you do have these spray booths, I think the switches around the side, around the back, it's hard to get to. But again, it's just a really cool thing. Hopefully, you know, it might be interesting for some of you guys. Just get one of these, you know, remote controlled wall, basically power strips, and yeah, spray booth, compressor, and light all in one. So yeah, I forgot to kind of talk about it, but I think it's useful to share it. So there you go. And one other thing to note is, did put brand new cartridges on my respirator, 3M respirator. Talking about health and safety, I'll probably do another video. You part the filters, particle filters, whatever you call them, particular. I can't remember what the name is. And I'm using the. It's always, they have so many different cartridges. I think this is the 6006 is what I use for lacquer paints and resin and stuff. 6006 fits really comfortable on this. And thing to note too is, you know, if you leave these out, it's going to absorb all the air around it and they don't last very long. So keep it in a sealed bag. I've lost the bag it came in, so I just have a Ziploc bag from the kitchen. So it's all sealed, airtight, and it lasts a little bit longer. You do need to change these out ideally every 6 months, although my last ones were in there for about 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So that is really it. So that, now I've done that little snippet, we can get back to the main video. Next to it are some of the paints, primers I use like all the time, like whites and blacks, and like Mr. Surfacer 1500 black, stuff I always use. Do have a Vortex mixer there, cheap one of AliExpress, not 100% sold on it. I think I might need a better quality lab one. And a couple of shelves there, and I'm really happy. So that paper towel holder here, I actually 3D printed out on my printer, and it's so good I did one for the kitchen as well. So it shows you kind of stuff you can do with your, you know, your FDM printers. Artwork wise, I should mention some stuff I threw up already. That's the magazine I picked up when I was in Japan and Tokyo recently. I just framed it. Cool, kind of zoom in a little bit here. F14 kind of print, kind of like anime kind of thing. And I do like my Maverick Funko looking artwork I got on eBay there. It's like a Funko Maverick art. All right, let me zoom back out. All right, but working around this way, we've got my Elegoo Saturn 3 Ultra. Seems like but just kind of getting into it, but it seems like a really good resin printer. Pretty good size, and Wi-Fi, so it links straight to the computer, just sends the files and prints it. And do really love the K1 Max from Creality. This is a really good FDM printer for printing helmets. You've seen my Stormtrooper helmets and stuff. So these two combos together, really cool. Now the only problem with this one is the spool goes at the back, so it's a pain to change the colors and the spools. So if you look over here, I found a cool design, the yellow there. I printed that out on my 3D printer. So I'm waiting for a couple of screws, but basically it's going to screw on the side. So instead of having the spool at the back, I can have it on the side. So it makes it a lot easier to change it and stuff. So I might move these two around because it's on the right-hand side as we look at it. I might put the printer there and put the resin one in the corner so I can just access the spool a little bit easier. More drawers and cupboard. Here I kept like my resin. Right now in terms of resin, I don't get all over my fingers because I've got gloves on. I do like the Sunloo Standard Plus. It's like $32 for a big bottle, 2 kilo for a 2 kilo one on Amazon. That one's like $18, and you see the quality. This is part of a Stormtrooper blaster, but yeah, it seems to come out pretty well. So no problems at all. Drawers. As I move over here, the one of these big drawers from IKEA, pain to build, but just handy because there's so many, you know. Sorry, I keep moving my tripod around here. So I got things like one for foam, use my little vinyl rolls and Cricut tools, plastic card. Just keep everything organized. You know, you can never have too much storage stuff. And I forgot to plug this in. Isn't that a cool sign? So a very good friend of mine, somebody really cool, stopped around my house and dropped it off, and they got it done for me. So thank you again. I thanked you before, but if you're watching, really cool sign. You can change the colors and stuff, but these are my logo, and some point I'll put up on a wall or put it somewhere. But really cool sign. And here's final part, which I'm really kind of loving how it turned out. It's kind of hard to fit in the camera. Maybe I can move this back a little bit. There we go. It's my display area. So IKEA Billy bookcases, and I added 2 extra shelves to each one. They're like $7 each at IKEA on these ones. And as you can see, they fit perfectly the Andy Hobby Headquarters display cases or the Trumpeter display cases. If I zoom in a little bit, they fit absolutely perfectly on these shelves for display. So my little display area, I'm not sure what I'm doing with this side yet. This is still work in progress. And another Billy bookcase, a half size from the house I brought in, just some random projects on there. And you can see what we mentioned earlier, my Stormtrooper helmet, which is 3D printed and needs to be sanded and primed and painted and stuff. And that's pretty much it. Oh, the floor. Did the floor myself. That's just vinyl planking. Recommended vinyl is probably the best, for this area. It's in a shed. Well, it's not really a shed anymore, right? It's been fully insulated. It's like a room, but it's withstands better. It's harder wearing. So it's vinyl plank. I put this in myself. Pretty impressed. And yeah, again, the pricing is all going to be on the next video for Patreon's number 11. What else? A few other things to talk about. I guess lab coat I picked up for $12 on Amazon. That's because I'm always wearing a short sleeve t-shirt, and with resin printing, I don't want to get any resin all over my arms or splattering or burn any skin problems. So just throw that lab coat on for $12. It protects all my arms and my whatever I'm wearing. And yeah, it's health and safety, right? I've got goggles and nitrile gloves as well for the resin printing. Also, I guess I could pan right up. You can see the lights. I got two LED lights. Again, we talked about them in previous parts, which on the dimmer switch over here. Dimmer, so I can turn the lights up and down, and next to it is my mini split remote. So HVAC, I got heating and air conditioning in one split unit, and it's programmed also to my phone. So if I'm in the house, I can turn it on or off. And if I just turn my camera around again, that's the unit right there. It's very quiet, almost silent, can't really hear it, and just set it, and whatever temperature I want, it just runs at, and it's very efficient. So whether it's going to be super cold outside, maybe minus figures, and come in here, it's like nice cozy 65 Fahrenheit, or in the summer, it's super hot and humid, I can have the air running through it, have it like set to like 72 or something Fahrenheit. So whatever I want. For me, it's crucial being out here, even though it's insulated. I wanted a nice comfortable area. Also good for 3D printing as well, to have it at a nice constant temperature, and I can do that from the mini split system right there. And that really, ladies and gentlemen, is kind of it, like down and dirty, my cave. Just again, sorry for a little bit of mess in here. It's still working on it, in progress, but been out here about 2 weeks now working, and absolutely love it. Now, sure, I could do extra space as always. Never have enough desktop space or outlets or anything like that, but I'm making the best of it. And yeah, still working, putting stuff away and finding areas and working on my work routines, but really enjoying it. It's great. Don't really need a TV out here. I thought about putting a TV up, but with the computer monitors, I could just run YouTube through there, or podcasts, whatever I need for those screens while I'm sat there working and building my models. Last thing I should mention is the chair. So that came from my house, and I got rid of my gaming chair because it was so squeaky and uncomfortable. And that's actually an office chair from Amazon. It was like $40, but it's so comfortable. It was so comfortable, I got a gray one for my house, inside my house, my home office. But really comfortable chairs on Amazon. I can't remember what they're called. But again, if you're interested in this stuff, just shoot me a message or an email, and I'm happy to share the links, what I used. And also, I kind of talked a lot about this stuff during the build process as well over the past 10 parts or so, right? Yeah, the internet is hardwired. Again, fiber optics from the house. Again, I talked about it about 2 or 3 parts ago. I dug a trench, ran some conduit, and I talked about exactly what I used and cables and that kind of stuff. It's about 10 times faster than going Wi-Fi. I think Wi-Fi was about 35, and whereas like 300 was the speed for the optics, which is about what I pay for 300 megabytes up and down. What else? I'm trying to think, but I think I pretty much captured everything there. So there we go. So again, that's my new man cave, hobby cave. Spent 2 months building this thing, and really happy how it turned out, and excited to build some cool projects and make some cool YouTube content from you guys. Now, obviously the walls are a little bit sparse, but over the next, upcoming months and years, I'll be filling those up with artwork and stickers and all kinds of cool stuff as we evolve. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Final shout out, if you want to see the bonus part 11, go to Patreon for the pricing and all the breakdown. But yeah, just appreciate all your support as always, and catch you next time. Goodbye.